Men today have 20 to 30% lower testosterone than men just 50 years ago. The decline is happening at a rapid rate and is affecting men as young as in their 30s. Low testosterone also contributes to nearly 50% of infertility among heterosexual couples here in the UK. I'm Dr. Pillay with GeneGPS, and today we're going to delve deeper into testosterone deficiency. So what are the symptoms of testosterone deficiency? They may be varied, but include fatigue, easily gaining fat, not progressing at the gym, low libido, and brain fog. These are just a few to list out there. What may be causing this? There's a lot of information out there that points to several factors. Going through the research, a few common points that I've highlighted are: number one, as it comes as to no surprise, stress. Stress is responsible for increasing your cortisol levels, which indirectly suppress your testosterone production. So there is value in looking at certain biomarkers such as DHEAS and cortisol, as well as their ratio, that helps to give us more nuance to acute and chronic stress patterns. Number two is poor sleep. Less than 6 hours of sleep at night lowers your testosterone by 10 to 15%, and on a chronic basis, it can even compound. Endocrine disruptors such as plastics, especially BPA and black plastics, pesticides, and household chemicals, they all are estrogen mimickers. Nutrient deficiencies, and these are top of the list. We're talking about low vitamin D, zinc, and magnesium levels are directly linked to lower testosterone. But something that is less spoken about is boron and its effects in testosterone utilization. So the good news here is that you can take controlled and measurable science-backed strategies to help improve your testosterone level. The first thing is get tested. Measure biomarkers such as free testosterone, your sex hormone binding globulins, LH, and estrogen levels. Optimize sleep. We're talking about deep sleep, because when you're at your deep sleep, that's when your peak of testosterone is released. Lift heavy. There's undisputable evidence that resistance training stimulates testosterone production. Reduce processed food. Prioritize proteins, healthy fats, omega-3s, and micronutrients. Intermittent fasting is never your friend, especially when you're dealing with hormonal issues. The body just views it as a stress signal, so consider skipping your intermittent fasting for a few weeks and see if it makes a difference. Next will be limit your exposure to endocrine disruptors. So ditch those plastics, eat organic wherever possible, and look into your water sources. Consider water filters, because there are a lot of chemicals and estrogen mimickers in the tap water. Targeted supplementation, we're talking about vitamin D3, zinc, magnesium, and compounds such as ashwagandha, lion's mane, all have strong evidence in supporting their role in testosterone regulation. Testosterone replacement therapy, TRT. Now this is sometimes used to treat men with confirmed hypogonadism, which means clinically low testosterone levels. But there is a growing concern that it's being used before or even instead of interventions mentioned above. It is irresponsible to consider TRT before initiating lifestyle modifications, unless of course one is confirmed to have hypogonadism. Key concerns with the use of TRT is the overprescription and the sheer media propagation. TRT is being prescribed even to men without established decline in testosterone levels, but rather just from symptoms one may have. This is like putting a band-aid on a sinking ship. There's a lot more in play here. Number two is the issue of potential suppression of natural production. TRT can suppress the hypothalamic gonadal axis, called the SHBG axis, leading to testicular atrophy and long-term dependence, not only to mention infertility being a major issue here. There are lots of studies linking TRT also to increased risk of cardiovascular events, just because it disrupts the way that your body processes cholesterol and fats. Not to mention the metabolic and endocrine risk factors. Lifestyle changes can naturally improve testosterone levels, reducing the need for these exogenous hormones. TRT is also responsible for creating psychological dependence. Some men may develop over-reliance on TRT without addressing the root cause of the low testosterone. And it's also important that TRT is not, as one would think, just either an injection here or a gel. There's a lot more that goes into it, because to do it right, you're going to have to take something called aromatase inhibitors, especially if you are slightly or the larger gentleman with obesity. You already are quite estrogenic that way. So having just blindly taking testosterone replacement therapy without having a backup of something like anastrozole or various other aromatase inhibitors, your testosterone is going to be converted into estrogen, which is not what you really want or what you're looking for. So this isn't about taking shortcuts. It's about making evidence-based lifestyle changes to restore what's natural.